Hello, captains. It's me, TONIK TZW, here in a legendary dance. And we're going to get a bit of a five-knuckle shuffle on this one. Because how many hand jobs does one guy need, eh? I mean, how many hands does she have? One, two? I've never seen a lady with three. But we're going to see somebody get five in this game. And it starts off here on Shards on A cap. And going to play it slightly differently to how I normally play it. There are two destroyers in the game, and if you look at how we're positioned on the map on A cap and B cap, I'm expecting that red team have destroyers on C cap and B cap, and that I'm not going to have a destroyer in front of me. But it begs the question, what am I going to have in front of me? And we're going to see a 100% pure tater-tot early on in this game. Thankfully, it's not going to be me. And I played this cap a little bit differently. I know you can get into a little notch if you go to the left side of this island, but we've got cruisers out there. Well, that had to mute my mic a second while I cleared my throat. I've got a cup of coffee handy. I was working late last night. I was up early this morning. It's been a very busy day, but a successful day. Now, these guys obviously know that they can get tucked in behind that island and they can get on the capture point, and we are going to do what we can to contest it. Now, I know that at least one of those cruisers has torpedoes, and what I don't want to do is become a torpedo in this one. Mr. Yummy out there, back of the map, surprise, surprise, asking for his help because he can one-shot these cruisers, probably, if he's a decent aim. But so many people play Legendary tier that don't have a clue, and sometimes I might be one of those people as well, because when you're begging for help and it doesn't come, you just sail around with your head in a complete mess. So we're trying to get a cap reset there. We can't get across the top. We can't keep him spotted. It is the cruiser that's spotting, not me. So apologies, blue team, for that. But I am doing something a little bit different here. We've backed up onto the cap. We put a spread of torpedoes out there. They know that they are contested. Red team have taken B cap because our destroyer is nowhere near it. And C cap looks like it's got a good bit of a fight going on it. Now, these two cruisers can't see anything, probably. By the same measure, we can't see anything yet. But that guy sails straight out into torpedoes, and he's going to eat two. And we're going to pop our smoke screen because we did get spotted momentarily there. Now, the Venetia, I'm sure, is the one with torpedoes. And I thought, surely he's not going to reverse out again into another set of torpedoes. But he is 100% prime King Edward Potato, and he is going to disappear for our first kill of the game. But we didn't get a first blood. Somebody else got killed before that. So we're still contesting the cap. There is a destroyer there picked up on my radar. Everybody should really be shooting at him. But my radar runs down. Obviously, couldn't use my smoke and radar trick there to extend the duration of my radar to 30 seconds because I'd already burned my smoke screen to survive on this cap. But here we go. This Henry IV is feeling brave, very brave, in fact. And I decide that I don't want to be on the receiving end of him because I can't remember if he's got sonar or not. So if in doubt, get the hell out. And that is exactly what I am doing. But we're going to keep firing at him and trying to get some cap resets because he is spotted from elsewhere. There is a fire. We're going to keep putting them down. Don't know what my smoke fire penalty is. Blind firing some torps out there, hoping that my back guns get over. But we're just going to kill some seagulls. And is he still coming down? Can we get the other set of torpedoes on here? What's going on? He gets absolutely battered. And before we can get our guns on, somebody else is going to pick up this kill here. And he's going to go out to our Napoli, who is also going to pull a bit of a blinder. And that Napoli's next kill is really, really going to be a big surprise. Turns out, I think the Henry IV does have torpedoes. That must be them there. And we are going to push across onto B cap because the destroyer has gotten a little bit brave and he's pushed into that cap now. So I'm telling him that I'm going to support him and I am going to push over. Now, it's obviously the Z52 that was on this cap, which is probably why he hung back if he did get detected by sonar. So good reason to hang back for that cap. Let red team take it, move in after, because any destroyer worth his salt isn't going to hang around on a capture point. He's going to get out and play the game. Now we've got that Z52 spotted. He takes some shots. I'm going to go the guns on him as well. But it's not my guns that kill him, because I was surprised that that salvo hit him and then he died. And I thought, was that a kill? No, it wasn't. It was a hand job from Wargaming. And I couldn't honestly say which one I would prefer to take one from if I had to make a choice. Perhaps it's about time they got some ladies onto the Wargaming dev team. Then we might be able to make it a consideration. But the Halland is out there, and this guy is going to give me a pretty good fight. And I was looking at trying to use this smoke screen here to stay covered, but it is going to disappear. He's going to be zigzagging, and so we're going to stay on guns for as long as we can. He's switching his attention to me, which isn't good because he's just killed the other destroyer. That was unfortunate. We're going to drop detection behind this island. He has got those super fast torpedoes, and pretty much everything else on red team is having a pot shot at me. But we're on the cap. We have turned it, and that means we've got two caps. We've got a points lead. We have a one ship advantage. So at this stage of the game, all we need to do is defend. Yeah, that's all we need to do. Unfortunately, blue team are going to get kill hungry. Now, if you're smart about things, if you've got two caps and you've got a ship advantage, literally don't push too hard. You don't have to push hard. You can sit back and let the points build up to the point where you have enough of an advantage that you can afford to lose one or two ships. Now, I haven't burned a radar yet, and at this point of the game, I was saving the radar for in case I got contested. Because that's the point that you want to use it. Red team know that they need kills, or that they need a points advantage from the caps. And apart from this destroyer, which is out here somewhere, the rest of the guys are on the other side of the map. And I was thinking that that Conqueror was going to turn and come behind that gap. Now, that is because in a previous game, a ship looked like it was going to come around the right side of that island, and he didn't. He stopped and came round the left. And I'd obviously torpedoed the right. Now, in this game, exactly the opposite is going to happen. I've torpedoed the left, but the guy is going to come round to the right. Now, I'm looking at my twist and track indicator. I do get spotted there firing my guns because I was going to try and reset the cap, but I wasn't accurate enough. So what I've done, because I was spotted, is I dropped my smoke screen. Now, if you've seen me play this way before, you'll know that sometimes it is very useful to drop a smoke screen because it can bait another destroyer into firing its torpedoes. And if they drop their torpedoes, then they only have their guns to rely on. And even though a Halland is a very good gunboat, the torpedoes are the most dangerous thing because of their excessive speed, 90 to 94 knots. You know, if you use an inspiration to give you some extra torpedo speed. And I really do want to fire at this Conqueror, so I'm thinking, do a backup into the smoke. No, we don't. You're going to see me hit my engine boost here just to get that forward movement a little bit quicker. So that's one set of torpedoes. There's potentially going to be a second, but we are now going to back up again. And I wasn't thinking here in this game because what I should have realized, and then I didn't, is that the destroyer has obviously gone from the left side across to the right. He's used this concealment to go away from us to come back down the map. So it was very smart play, and got to give him a GG for the way that he did play his game. But while this Conqueror is spotted, we're going to put some shots on. He drops spot, which isn't ideal because we could have wheeled on him for some fires. There he is again. Guns won't lock on it, so we're going to go again, and then we are going to get the hell out of dodge because he could push us down and blind fire us. And there's another set of torpedoes, and there's the destroyer who's decided that he's going to push in. We get a torpedo on the Conqueror there, we get a flood, and then we pull in behind cover, and we're going to put some pressure onto this Soyuz there, and we are going to get a fire. We're going to dip out of detection in a moment, and we get another hand job there on the Conqueror, which one of the Yammies, I think, picks up. Torpedoes in there, and then another full salvo from the Napoli to finish off the Soyuz. And so we're on another knuckle shuffle. We've got 4 to go with our 1 kill. 78,000 damage. We know the destroyer's here. And to be frank, we've got this one in the bag. Nobody needs to go anywhere. But seeing a big, fat, juicy Yamato like this, knowing his range, seeing where Twist and Track is spotting, we know that the destroyer is closer. We pop our radar there, and he isn't detected, which is unfortunate. So he's gone quite a way away from us. And I was like, okay, well, if he's more than 9Ks away from us, and this Yamato is our closest target. So here we're using Twist and Track and the range to target to give us an indication. We know that the destroyer is more than 9 kilometers away because of our radar range. We know the Yamato is closest because we can see the distance he's at with the Twist and Track. And there we go. The DD has decided to come down this way. Now, I didn't understand why he wasn't going away to hunt damage, because there's still some big ships out there that he could farm a lot of damage for. But their last hope is really this Yamato, and perhaps he was thinking of protecting this guy as we lose another ship. So it's down to 3 ships to 2. We've still got the points advantage on the caps, but they are going to bring it down to 2 ships to 2, but not quite yet, because this Yamato is going to make a mistake, and I give him plenty of opportunity to correct that mistake, but he's not going to do it. He's taken torpedoes and a flood from the first set. He's obviously damage controlled. We land another rack of torpedoes on him there. But because his damage control was running, we didn't get another flood, or that is likely the reason we didn't get another flood. So what do? We wait for his damage control to run down. We know we've got a good fire starting chance, so all we need to do is get 1 fire on this guy. That will be a stick and tick, and here come the shells from the destroyer. Now, I'm not too worried about that guy. Somebody else could potentially take a shot at him. All I'm interested on is getting a fire on this Yamato. We can ignore that destroyer for a while. He can chip away at us. He can chunk away at us and light us on fire. But when he gets a little bit too annoying, we can put some shots his way as well. But there is a fire on the Yamato. And what's better than 1 fire but 2 fires, because it just adds to the pain. Meanwhile, we'll go on the Halland. We're going to play with our throttle. We're going to land some salvos on him as well and repay him for setting us on fire. And the mistake that this Yamato made was not turning his guns, staying bow on to the Duncan that's in front of him, and absolutely clattering me. Ripple fired in a destroyer. That's the first time I've seen that in a while. But the Yamato takes out the Duncan. The Duncan takes out the Yamato. and I get a helping hand job medal. The Haaland takes a bit of a battering there from the cruiser. He's on fire, and at this point in the game, I'm thinking, do I go for another kill? Is there a point? No, we'll stay dark. The game is practically over. There's nothing really much else to do. And although I could pop my radar here, I thought, that guy has played a pretty damn good game. And so we'll let him get away with it and sail away to live for another day. So a really fun game there in the Dansk, 162,500 damage, one kill, a five knuckle shuffle. We didn't even get onto a cap to get some points, but we did get a cap reset. A lot of torpedo hits there. We break through 3,000 XP. The Napoli there has a stormer of a game, probably because he got solo cap on Alpha and Charlie, but he played a very good game of it. So GG's to the Napoli there, and certainly GG's to Red Team's Halland as well. So if you know either of those guys, tell them I gave them a thumbs up. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. Please do smash the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Have you got to the end of the Dansk project yet? And have you enjoyed playing it? And as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.